Hey guys, welcome back to TohirT channel. Tahir is here. I hope you had a fantastic week. My week was pretty good. It was busy. I was traveling, but I'm back here and I am talking about this movie. Yes, I am. If you're new to this channel, just know that I love telecom, I love media, and I love technologies. So any major event in those three buckets, especially if they have to do something with personal development or small business, will be covered on this channel. This is spoiler-free zone. There will not be any spoilers for any of the movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or any other movies that Disney produced. I'm purely here to talk about the impact, the business side, and what I think lies ahead. And the way it all started, the day before I had to go to California last week, so April 26th, the premiere day, I had to go and watch the Avengers Endgame. I could not resist the temptation, especially I could not risk the fact that I'll be traveling for the rest of the week on the other side of the world, in California, which is pretty plugged in state, and I would have to somehow avoid all the spoilers. That means that I would have to just turn off my phone, turn off the email, turn off all the communications and focus purely on work. That would have been very hard. So here we are. I watched the movie on the premiere day and I had a few things to say. Let's do this.
Part of the journey is the end.
I don't even know if I have the word for it. I was gonna say wow or that was amazing, and I don't think it really covers it. This movie had a profound impact on how I felt about this entire franchise. I'm elated with the fact that I was able to participate in the historical event and be there on the premiere day, yet there were so many things going on in my head as I was entering the theater, as I was watching the movie, and after I left the theater. This is a culmination to so many different stories that Marvel laid the ground for across almost a decade plus of movies, 21 movies to be specific, and it all comes to the conclusion, to that culmination over the span of the 3 hours. And yes, it is a 3-hour plus movie, and if you're wondering, you take a bathroom break at the beginning, before they started the movie, and at the end. Suck it up, drink only the cup of juice or whatever else you have midway through the movie. Do not risk missing anything. It's not worth it. Do not listen to all those videos that you've seen on YouTube or on Twitter. Now, logistics aside, I was really curious how Disney would stick the landing on this one. They have been at it for a while, 21 movies, as I said, and as a lot of other performers, you think about gymnasts, you think about dancers, they feel that pressure of surpassing what they've achieved before, so they had to do crazy and crazier things, and you wonder, will they stick the landing this time around, or will they drop, injure themselves, and embarrass themselves in front of millions of people? Very similar thing here with Disney. Infinity War, the movie that came out last year, was its own masterpiece, and now they have to surpass it somehow? And they did. That was the amazing part. They actually did.
Part of the journey is the end.
Personally, I feel very lucky that I've been there throughout this entire franchise. I was there in the theater when the first Iron Man came out, and now, another 20 movies later, I really had a very interesting feeling. I literally felt like, no, nothing happened. That was my way of showing you my internal feeling, expressing it. Because this is literally, I felt like I just wanted to jump and run. It was such a strange feeling. All the way through the day, I was in anticipation. The movie showing that I was going to was at 4 p.m. But since morning, I felt that anxiety that I just couldn't wait to get into the theater. But once I was there, once I was in that chair, I realized this is it. This is gonna be the moment when everything will come to a close. I've been waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen. And the unfortunate part that I was fearful of, this will be the only time I will see it for the first time. I don't know if it makes sense. It was just that fear that this is the moment that you've been waiting for so long, and now it's about to happen, and you want it to happen, but you don't want it to conclude either. I don't even know if it makes sense. It is the end of the era, so to speak. It is the end of the era that we've witnessed Disney and Marvel created together. And I can only live through it once, and I already did. So I'm so envious of some of you guys who will only witness it for the first time. And especially if you've seen all the prior movies, or at least majority of the prior movies, you will have a blast. Trust me, enjoy every single moment of it. As I said, don't take bathroom breaks in the middle of the movie. Enjoy all of those 3 hours. They're gonna fly by. You will have the time of your life, and hopefully you will come out of the theater with the same feeling of shock and awe to the fact that you've witnessed something that you can only relive once.
Part of the journey is the end.
My tip of the hat to every single person who worked on this movie, from the crew to all the writers to every single person who did the catering for them, to the actors, and especially to all the directors and writers. They've done an amazing job carrying that franchise like a torch between each other and passing it at the end to the Russo brothers for this 1-2 punch in front of Infinity War and the Endgame. You guys did an amazing job. I cannot believe that those people had a chance to work on those films. I am jealous of the fact that they were able to participate physically in those projects, but I'm happy for the fact that I was there in my physical form watching the movies for the first time. If someone would tell me right now that this is it, they're calling it on the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'd be fine. I think that was almost a perfect run, and I would be absolutely fine with never touching that again. Just putting all of those movies in a single bundle on the shelf of some museum and knowing that we've achieved the pinnacle in the media and entertainment industry. And yes, I know Far From Home, the next Spider-Man movie, is coming, but I'm trying to make a point here, okay?
Part of the journey is the end.
Don't expect me to make some big head deep thinking pivot over here and extracting some lesson. I think there are a lot of lessons for us from that consistency and that hard work that people put into those movies, but primarily I just wanted to create this video capsule. I know I will go and rewatch all of those movies with my kids. We will make sure they're introduced to this proper franchise. And yes, I am selfishly hoping that when that day comes, I will play back to them this exact video and will be like, you see kids, your father knew a stuff or two about the superheroes. He knew his stuff and he made this video. Although who knows, when I will be trying to make them watch those movies, they'll be like, father, get away, I'm trying to go into my virtual reality. And the funny thing, if even I would want to make this a video review, I wouldn't be able to assign a score. It is so hard to assign a score to the Endgame because Endgame brings and ties in the storylines, the plot lines from all other movies. So when you are assigning a score to the Endgame, you almost have to consider it not as a small thing. You have to expand to the entire franchise and judge the franchise on the merit of when it started from the Iron Man #1 and all the way to the Endgame.
Part of the journey is the end.
Trust me, I can go on and on this topic, so instead, I will wrap up with a few points. Number one, if you have not seen the movie yet, it's week 3, it's gonna be much easier to go and buy the tickets to this movie, so do yourself a favor and watch the Endgame. Point number 2, Disney Plus is coming. If not have heard so far, Disney, who owns Marvel and the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, are releasing their own streaming service in November 2019. It's only going to be $7, which is amazing gift to all the geeks and entertainment fans out there. Every single Marvel movie will be on that platform. So this is the way my son and I and my newborn will be rewatching all of those movies all over again. I mean, this is truly, especially if you're into Marvel, Star Wars, and some of the other franchises that Disney owns, that's a gift of God for you. Oh, and let's not forget, Disney is making Loki TV show, WandaVision TV show, Hawkeye and his daughter TV show. There's gonna be a lot to chew on for any comic book fan or any superhero fan out there. I just realized, Disney freaking owns our lives now. They own almost every other major entertainment franchise out there. This is ridiculous. This is crazy.
With only 3 circles, I dominate the planet!
Okay, the final point is a little bit educational, but the reason for it, you have to trust the process and you have to trust the hard work. This is what I extract from this entire franchise. It's not that at the very beginning, when they just made the first Iron movie, they had this grand vision of ending on the Infinity War. They've put in the hard work and a lot of thoughts into every single project along the way. Eventually the idea came to that climactic conclusion, but you have to execute on all the prior steps. So whenever you are concerned about the fact that that mountain that you're about to climb seems too high, remember that all you have to focus on is making the most of every single step, and you will make it to the top eventually. If you would have told me with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at the very beginning that there's gonna be Guardians, there will be Thanos, there will be Infinity Stones, all the other characters from all the other movies, I would think you're crazy. Yet here we are. We did it. I mean, they did it. We did it by watching it. They did it by producing it. And this all took more than 10 years, a lot of dedication and hard work, and a group of passionate fans like us.
Part of the journey is the end.
Have you watched all the Marvel movies? Did you see the Endgame yet? And do you think there's any other media or entertainment franchise event that can match that scale, the impact that the Endgame had on our industry? Share your thoughts and links in the section below. I'm just very excited. I loved the movie. I loved every single person who participated and put their heart and soul into those projects. And I am excited to see that the Avengers Endgame, just today when I'm recording this video, surpassed Titanic for the second highest grossing movie ever, 11 days in. So they're well on their way to go and catch up with Avatar and surpass the Avatar. And I'm calling it right now, they are gonna hit the $3 billion in revenue in the box office marks pretty soon. We will see it 2 weeks from now. Thank you very much guys for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and check out the videos in the backlog. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by. As always, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this video, and I will see you all next Saturday, 10 AM Eastern, on this very channel. I have to think if I have a day off or some short day when I can sneak out and maybe watch this movie one more time during the day, because it's gonna be like 3 months until we see it on digital or DVDs and Blu-rays. I'll keep you guys posted on my progress with the second session of the Avengers Endgame. Until next time, see you in the next one. Peace. Love you 3000.